Let's just start demo first of Firebase Auth REST API. So here we have open a Postman, and simply I just create a Postman collections for that create or sign up sign up new user with the email and password. And if I just send this guy, so it was got automatically, actually it is just created a new user along with their information like token, display name, email, and refresh token and expiry date as well, right? So those are actually it's available for the REST API and Firebase Auth, so that we will implement and we will show like how we can just using that REST API so do that sign up, sign in, get user, update profile, delete profile, reset password, and update everything like related to user, everything we can do from that REST API. So that we will show you how we can just create a collection and all, and how we can use it so that we can implement in our application as a STT over that HTTP client or any other RESTful call, right? So that we will do that. So before we start, I'm especially recommend, so go to that my channel, which is .NET Real World Example, and also there is a two series is going on parallelly. One is that hybrid app with the Firebase authentication and authorization along with the Firebase real-time database, and also as a .NET Maui application along with that Firebase authentication and real-time database. So that they are going partially, so that you can just check out my this session of that .NET Maui and that Blazor hybrid app. Both are application actually we trying to implement complete Firebase things like authentication, and also after that authentication how can we can get it the data from that Firebase DB with the rules and with the security, right? So everything we are doing, so you can just check out this session. So let's just start implementation side. So first what you need to do, you have to go to that console Firebase google.com, right? And if you don't have an account, so you can just create a sign in with your Google account. And once you create it, I will just show you from the scratch. So I will create a new project for this REST API, like using all that user information, add, update, delete, everything, right, from the REST API. So I will just create a new application, for example Postman or just REST API, right? So Firebase Auth REST API. So this is that name. I just prefer over here and just continue and just choose the default account, use this guy, and need to wait for complete. Okay, once continue complete, so you can just click continue and it will landing over here as a project overview and all. So first thing you have to do that, actually once you try to use the Firebase authentication, you have to go to that build section and click that authentication, and here you have to set that provider, right? So which provider you want to use. So first time you have to come, so definitely you have to click that get started. Once you get started over here, now see you are able to see that many sign in provider, right? So whatever provider you want, like via email and password, phone, anonymous, right? So whatever thing, so I will use over here as a email and password and click enable and save it. That's it. So this setting you have to do that, and once you're done, you will see that status is enable. So once it's done, now you have to go to this range settings and go to that project settings, and here it will generate it actually web API key. So for REST API we require this web API key because it will actually authenticate your request, REST API request, so using this web API key. So simply I just copy over here and open any Postman, and in this Postman what I will do, simply I just change to over here. Let me just change it from here first, the key and parameter, and where I can get it over here I'll show you. For example, I want to sign in, means I just want to create a new user, right? So let me create a new user first. Like see, this is sign up, right? So this sign up, I want to create a new user from this user. So as of now, if you go back to your console and go to that authentication section, and if you see, there's a no user as of now, right? So this user actually we have to just create it. So for this we have to use this sign up things, and for sign up things actually, so this is that your URI, right? So this is for URI, like identity toolkit, Google APIs.com, B1 account and sign up, and then this is that query parameter. What is that query parameter? It is key, and this is that API key, right? So these things actually also you can just click that parameter. So this is that additionally we have to pass that query parameter, so that you have to do that. So just pass it to your key over here, and this is my key, right? This is the my latest key, and also just remove additionally things over here, and we have to pass that body, and in this body we require email and password and display name and return secure token true or false. Based on this you can just true, means if you want to token return you can set it true, if you don't want so you can false. So this 4 property you have to record for sign up, right? So let me just create a new user. This only require that URI and parameter, means that query parameter and body, and one more thing actually you have to require, right? So if you go to that header section you have to just allow, or you have to add this section, these things, content type, and this should be an application and JSON, right? So these things are actually required for REST API. So once you're done, once you click that send it, and it is got created along with this token and display name and email ID and refresh token and all, right? So go back to your console Firebase. If you refresh you will see that new user is got created with this UUID, right? So this new user got created, and now we will try to sign in, because this is sign up, right? Yeah, it is sign up. So once you sign up, now we will try to sign in. So go back to over here, go to that another collection. So this is that another collection, and for sign in what would be my URI? So for sign in my URI would be this guy, right? So same things, everything is same, only will change this part, sign in with the password, right? That previously was the sign up, but this time we'll use sign in with the password. And key also, let me just change to key, this guy, because I already paste previously time. So let me just put it the same API key as the key, and let me go to that body. And in this request what you need to do, simply you have to pass username and password, means email ID and password. Based on this you can just get the token. So let me send it. So once you send it, so see this is that wrong email ID and password, that's why it's complaining. So go back to here, copy this your email, and go back to here and just simply replace to here and send it. So also password is wrong, because that password, whatever password I just created, I just sent it a request, so this is that password, right? So simply I can copy this guy and paste it instead of typo mistake and all, right? So let me just send it. So once I send it, now see I am getting that UUID, email ID, display name and ID token, and along with that registered is true, refresh token, expire date as well, means whatever expire time as well. So once I get, so let me simply, because this sign in and sign up actually we don't record any token, but other all that collection, right? So like for example I want to get that user data, I want to update the profile, I want to delete that account, I want to reset, I want to something else, right? So that actually required authenticate with that API key along with the token. So that's why I have to sign up first. So once you sign up or sign in, so you will get the token, and that token I can use that further REST API call. So for example I want to get that this particular user data, right? So whatever user I just created, so simply what I need to do, I have to pass that URI. So URI, what would be the URI? It's simple again, till account is same, but here I just pass it to lookup, and that query parameter is a key and that value, and I have to go to that body section. In this body section simply I just need to pass as a these things, like as a ID token, and in this ID token you have to pass that your token, right? That's it. And one more thing actually I have to change, this is that my not a right API key, right? So that I have to just copy my other collection. So I will just copy this guy and go back to here and simply paste it, right? And once you paste it, if you send it, now see I get the 200 request means 200, okay, and all that information of that particular user. So let me verify it, it is that is user or not. Okay, see, this is that my user, that postman.gmail.com, and display name also this guy, and also this is that UUID. So these three things actually unique. And after that also this provider information over here, valid since, how much actually till valid and all, right, sign since, and last logged in and created at once, what created time, and once you logged in at, right. So all that information of that particular user I can using this get, that lookup, right, using that lookup things, right. So that is done. Also I will show you, suppose I will send that wrong token, so what will happen. So let me add that wrong token. If you add that wrong token, so you will get that bad request. Also it is saying that invalid token. And even if I just valid token, and if you just pass that wrong key, means wrong API key, for example this guy, so also it will give the bad request along with, see, API key is not as a valid and all, right. So many things actually it will give us to E. And also one more things, like for example, let me correct also this guy. And if you go to that body section, and if you just not pass correct that request body parameter as well, means record body request, so it will also this complaining. So once you just send it, now see, it is also giving that, okay, missing ID token, means ID token is a is actually request property, so that is also would be same, right. So this is three things actually important, that API key also should be valid, token also valid, and also request property should be valid, right. So that is done. Now just let me copy again this token so that I can use other here. So what I will do, I will simply update that request, right. So for update request, what I can do, go to that body section again, just change to that token, the valid token, and here see, the for that now update part. So whatever the property, like if you want to change the display name, if you want to change the property name, single property, you can just mention over here. And there is another other property as well, means other property, like for example delete attribute. So here you can just pass together, like instead of single, like for example display name, right, and post photo URI. So if you want to together, so you can just use that array of that array of that collection, and you can just pass it to like this way. Like if you pass it to display name, so you can just differentiate with display underscore name photo URI, so that means photo underscore URI, like that actually you have to do that, right. So if you go to the document which I will share, so you will get that many property over here, like which you can just update it, that particular user. But yeah, for example I will show you, I just already updated this guy token, and let me change to display name to postman update it, right. Postman update it. And also photo URL, as of now there is a no photo URL, but let me add it, or okay, update.png photo, right. And then simply also I can just change it to this key, right. So let me get that API key. This is my API key. Go to that update, change it to over here, and also I'll show you that URI, what would be that URI. So URI again, it's simple, till account is same, but only if you want to update, so you have to use that update with colon update, and then key and all, right. And simply if I just send, so now I get the 200 things, and also it's got updated. So let me verify that. I think those information I could not see over here. Yes, the display name and all we could not over here, but yeah, that I can see again. Get user data, previously I just see, right. So let me just again just request, and you will see I just changed the display name, so display name also got changed, postman update, and photo URL also got changed, right. So that's why I just updated from there, I can get it over here. And rest also, the whatever the property you want, you can just change it over here, right. So like that also I will show you that instead of that single, how I can just do with this, this property delete attribute. So let me just comment it out, this guy, for example this and this, and here let me or just if I want to delete, so this is actually, for example, it is for delete. So if you want to delete that property information, like for example display name you want to delete, right, and photo URI also you want to delete, so you can just simply pass that multiple delete attribute along with the multiple property name, right? So that I will can show you, for example, oh, that by mistake. Okay, let me, okay, so uncomment this guy, right? And if I just send this request, now I get the 200. Okay, and also if you see the display name gone and photo URL also gone, right? So let me again just get URI this time. See, previously it was there like display name and all, right? So let me send again. So once you send, now this two property, see, the display name and photo URI has been deleted from here. So that is actually updated part. So if you want to update some data, you can just single property, and if you want to that delete that property, so also you can just use that guy, right? So like that's why actually I just explaining over here. And then finally there's other many things, but yeah, there's a finally if you want to delete, so that also you can just delete this URI. So again I'll show you. This is simple. Again same URI till accounts, then colon, and it could be a delete, and then the key and value, right? So what would be my key? Go to my existing existing one, copy this guy, go to the delete section, and go to that parameter, pass it to over here, and also get the token, go to that token, get the token, and go to the delete, and here go to that body, you just simply pass that as a token so that they can authenticate it. Okay, this is that valid user token, they want to delete this guy, right? So once I send this guy, now see it is that bad request. So yeah, it is saying, see, one thing actually, it is secure purpose perspective, it is saying you just generated the token that is actually too old, so login again. So it is saying, so just logged in again and generate the token and then pass it, because this token, whatever I token I just generated, so for delete perspective it is not working, it is old. But others, for others perspective it is working fine, like over if I get a user or if you update user, so that is fine. But for delete perspective be required as a latest token, right? So for that what I can do, go to the sign in, and let me try to generate another token. And once I generate the token over here, copy this guy and go back to delete and just change it to this guy and send. Now see, this time 200. Okay, and I am getting to delete, means I am able to delete. And if you go back to here and the refresh, this should be delete. Now see, it is perfectly delete over here. So this is that link. Okay, so this is that Firebase. I show you, this is a Firebase google.com doc reference, and if you click that info, now these are all that actually think we can do in our REST API, right? So see, I can just exchange the refresh token, I can sign up, I can sign in and sign in that anonymous, and then also sign in with that auth, and fetch provider for the email, send password, verify password, confirm password, change email, change password, update profile, get user, and more as well, right? So this is not only this guy. Now see, this is more, right? So everything we can do using that REST API. So easily we can just implement our application, use that REST API, so that we will do that. So yeah, so this is that official website, firebase.com, and this is that document which I will share you in my video description. You can check it out as well. Actually we are trying to do in our upcoming session, that's why I just created this REST API, so that I can consume in my that Blazor hybrid app and all. So this is that same example actually which we are which are going on. So this is the Blazor hybrid app, and here I already just created, let me run it, this application, and see already sign in is over there, sign up is there, right? So that I will just I will integrate over here. Let me logged in first so that you can aware that what I am talking about here. So let me sign in. So once you sign in, now see, once you sign in, you can see the hotel list and logout button, everything should be up already implemented, right? So we required actually that REST API also we will consume in this now Blazor hybrid app, where I can just run desktop app, window app, and also web app and Android app, right? So that will be integrate in upcoming session. So till now, thank you, have a nice day, and don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and don't forget to click that bell icon.